Hey guys, 31 episode.
Yep, episode
Good to
31.
see you, man.
Good to see you,
Boom,
brother.
Corona fist bump.
Boom.
Good to see everybody.
Yep.
Chris, you're here in memory. Safety first. You know we got you.
Yep.
You know, if you guys could please, real quick, take care of a little housekeeping. But if you could share this, if you could start a watch party, that would be appreciated. But invite your friends. Hit the share button. Drop your town. We really appreciate it. It's great to see everybody tonight. Thanks for being here. Episode 31, behind the tool belt, TC Backer Construction. So if you could drop your town in the comments, that would be appreciated. We're going to talk about the importance of a good roof. And we're going to talk about other stuff. But like, what is the protection it gives? You know, we're going to get into that. You know, inside elements versus outside elements, and having a barrier, which is ventilation. And we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about whether you're selling your house or not selling your house. If you're going to buy a house and you're looking around and you see someone's roof looks not together, maybe has a little mildew, maybe there's a little discoloration, maybe they're missing a couple shades, it just doesn't look like up to date. It doesn't look fresh. Then you're going to say, I mean, you think about it, you're probably going to say, then they're probably not taking care of everything else, right? Because if they're not going to take care of the roof, that takes care of the rest of the property. So, and the importance is, this is your home. You know, people get coatings for their cars and their vehicles to protect the paint. And I'm like, you want to protect all of that car, right? You want to protect the interior. There's even coatings for the interior of your cars, right? And SUVs or whatever it is you drive, boats, right? But so think about your house that way. And your roof and the coating they put down. Let's say your wood, you know, how old is that wood? How many layers do you have it? You know, most people don't know how to do a roof inspection correctly. I never had any clue, and now I'm like, wow, I live in a wooded area. If you live in Pennsylvania, I mean, then simply the name of our state says woods, trees, branches. You know, what affects a roof? Time with temperature, hot and cold, elements, hail, wind, rain. And it can only be me that has seen the wind go up in this area. I never remember the wind being as high as it's been these last couple of years. It seems like it gets windier. But the wind causes damage. And you know, letting it go is no different than anything else that you let go. Then it compounds. Right? And so there are honest hometown contractors, TC Backer Construction. That's why we get on. And this is taking their culture and showing people, here we are. If you're looking for a sales professional, they're always looking for sales professionals. They're looking for estimators. They're looking for anyone that has a passion, that wants a career as a roofer, doing siding, gutter men and women. You know, they can put up gutters, windows, doors, all that stuff. You know, they're looking for you. And so they're here every week to say, you know, we are looking for people. We want to take care of the clients, and we want to take care of our culture, which is all the people that are a part of it, that put the roofs on the house, that bill, that service it, that bring in the products, the vendors. You know, we talked about what is truly local. You know, you go to certain places that are local, certain hardware stores you go to because they're local.
Exactly. Yeah, you're a local contractor, and we're always looking for, you know, experienced help as far as roofing, siding, window installation. Gutters, we're looking for gutter men and women.
I got to get the microphone. I forgot to get that, Christy. I forgot one thing: the microphone. I'm sure they're not going to hear us without the microphone. So
there's Chris Baker. Chris,
good to see you.
You're madly missed this week at the shop and here tonight. So we figured we'd put a shirt in remembrance of Chris Baker tonight. Chris, hopefully you're having a good time out there on vacation, and don't get in too much trouble, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah, listen, I'm really excited about tonight. All right, so just double check it. Guys, let me know how it's Christy, for getting that. I appreciate you. I wouldn't be able to do all this without you. Thank you. Let me know if you can hear Ty better.
Yeah, there's Cody. Hey, Cody. I'm going to do a shout out here. David, KX, good to see you. Vic, good to see you, brother. Vic's hard at work. He's putting in the security system up at Lowe's, up in someplace up north. I want to say Sealings Grove, but I think it's a little further away than that.
No, I think that's exactly right.
Keith Troop. Keith, he's a good man. He was still at the shop when I got there. And tonight, and Jana, good to see you, honey. Always a pleasure, and thank you for your support. Audio is great. Yep. Vic's driving to Ceilings Grove. Good to see you, brother. Michael Donovan, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for watching tonight. Chris Baker, Brandon Severance. Brandon was actually supposed to be on the show tonight, but he said that he was camera shy. So
he does some awesome stuff.
Yeah, with the
exotic animals.
Yeah.
He has
lizards
awesome
and iguanas and stuff like that. Yeah, he does great.
Yeah, if you have a business,
Jess,
post your business up.
Jess Bell, good to see you, honey. Thanks for watching. Share this out to your friends, like our page, follow us, all that good stuff. So yeah, like Shane was talking about earlier, we are looking for experienced salespeople. Can
we talk about that for 1 second? Because I've always been in what they call sales, but I find it like when you listen to somebody and you deliver beyond what their expectations are of what they wanted, right?
Yeah.
So you have the leads for them.
Yeah.
And you'll train them, but
right.
But you can't teach somebody to go to work.
No, we can't teach someone to want to hustle. Either you have it or you don't have it. But what we do have is we have the training tools to teach you about the products that we use.
And you have great up-to-date tools.
Yeah. We have a lot of support. GAF supports us. CertainTeed supports us. The window manufacturers that we use that give us our private labeling, they support us. They have people come in like GAF. Let's use them for instance. I'm actually doing a training right now. It's a 10-week training every Monday at 1 p.m. We do a Zoom training about storm training for how to look for storm damage on someone's roof, all kinds of things. So this Monday I started my first training. Everyone who works for us is more than capable of getting on these Zooms with us and being trained for storm training. CertainTeed, they got all kinds of support and samples and education and literature that they provide us with. We have more stuff than we know what to do with to hand out to.
But you need somebody that can explain to somebody what they know after they listen to them and see if it applies to them.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I would say just about anybody who's been in the hospitality industry would be a good salesperson. Whether if you were a waitress or a waiter, hotel, and any of that hospitality industry.
Car sales.
Yeah, car sales, a realtor. If you're unemployed right now or on unemployment, or you're worried about where your next paycheck's coming from, come and check us out.
And we're talking about career, not a job.
Yeah,
and that's important.
We're not a fly-by-night company. We've been around
under the table.
Yeah, no, we don't do the 1099 thing. We have employees. You'll be an employee. We have health insurance. We have paid vacations. Paid holidays, all that good stuff. We've been around for a while.
And you have the work. At the end of the day, right. I mean, in this day and age, how valuable is work?
Right. Yeah.
Like good, honest work to go out.
I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, that's the whole point, is going someplace that has work.
So that you can get a fishing boat when you want to go fishing in the Susquehanna. If you want a pontoon boat.
You want a motorcycle.
You want a motorcycle.
Yeah. Right? Several of our guys, Chuck just recently bought his second motorcycle. He got rid of his first one though, but he's owned 2 motorcycles since he's worked for us. I seen Tyler. He came in on a Softail a week or 2 ago. I saw him on a Softail, and Colin. I saw him rolling in the grocery getter. That he had bought his family. So they got several kids.
Safe.
And his wife's safe, hauling the kids around to soccer practice or whatever they're into, and they can go and pick up groceries with the whole family. That's what it's all about for me, is being able to provide that for somebody. So, if you want to be a part of the camaraderie and the culture that we've developed.
Kimberly said it best. She said it's a habit. TC Backer is a habit.
It is.
And it is. It's like watching a fine old machine. Like, if you want to be inspired, go in the morning and sit back.
Right.
And watch them.
Yeah, man.
Like, everyone knows what they do.
Right.
They love what they do, and they go do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it definitely is. Everyone's been there for a while. We don't have a high turnover rate. That's why we're not looking for people constantly. We're constantly looking for people because we're constantly growing.
Right, like the NFL. They're always looking for the best, but they recruit every year. They have a draft.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So and you should want to be somewhere where you are pushed to be the best you can be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if there's somebody out there who's just not happy with where they're working at right now, that's in, the construction sales end of things, I am more than willing and more than open-minded to listen to what anyone has to say or offer. I really feel like that's why we are where we're at today, is because I've always been able to keep an open mind. When someone has a suggestion or an idea, you know what I mean? I'm not that guy that'll shut down like, nope, it's my way or the highway.
You're not.
I've worked for people who are like that. I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I've worked for people. I've worked hard for people. I didn't feel appreciated. And that's the thing that we really try to do. Even Chris Baker and Brandon and Bob. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Share this out.
Kim, it's always good to see you.
Yes. And she's the one that said that TC Backer's a habit. Right? Or what did
yes,
she say?
It was
a habit?
TC Backer's a habit. I was like, love that.
Right. That was, yeah.
But
I've never heard it put that way, but that was awesome.
But it's the circle, man. The giving, the everything.
Right. We try, we don't try. We appreciate the things that everyone does. I think the co-workers appreciate what the other co-workers do. I appreciate everything that everyone does. Chris appreciates, Brandon appreciates, Chuck, Bob, all of the upper management people. I know Kim appreciates it when everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and
we appreciate it. That door is amazing.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We really try to help people out and change people's lives. You know what I mean. I was talking to a close friend of mine who wants to actually come to work for us, and he owns a business right now that's not in our industry. But the one thing that he said was that he wants to be a part of something, something that's great. And I didn't know how to take that at first. Obviously, it was a compliment, but
that's that's awesome culture.
Yes, you know what I mean. It's like, wow. It's like these people will trust me. Like they think I actually know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, but you sacrifice and you're open. You're authentic.
Yeah, it's like what you see is what you get. Obviously, that's why we do what we do every Wednesday night, and whenever we get on live and do these shows or these little things.
Poolside today, no worry about showers.
Right. you know what I mean? It's like what you see is what you get. And David Bruno called me today, and we had probably a 30-minute conversation today. I finally got back to him. He's been trying to get me for a while.
He's been walking with the mayflies across the river up there in Harrisburg.
Right. So,
David, good to see you, man.
And I told him, with so many moving parts in any given day, with the 4 states that we do work in, we could have 150 people working for us. Is something going to go wrong? Of course it is. I would be foolish to think that something wouldn't go wrong, but it's how we handle it and how we deal with it and how quickly we respond to it.
Amen.
is the difference. I mean,
that you care about it.
Right.
First.
I've had people, I've done work for people. I've done work for Ryan Holmes. I've done work for people or for Ryan Holmes for 20 years, either directly or indirectly, but for 20 years. Well, why that is, it's not because, I've been perfect every time that I've gone out and done a job for them. I physically installed roofs for them. I physically installed siding for them. They hired me directly because they know I stand behind what we do. They know that my word is gold. If there's an issue, we'll be there right away to take care of it. That's why 20 years later, we still continue to do work for Ryan Holmes. And Ryan Holmes is a publicly owned and traded company. Not anyone can just work for a publicly owned and traded company. It's much more than just working for the guys that are out in the field building the homes. There are people, there are investors, there are owners, there are people that they have to answer to. They do an extensive criminal background check. They do a credit check. You got to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. Like Ryan Holmes isn't just going to hire anybody. But not only do we do work for Ryan Holmes, but we do work for 2 other national builders that are publicly owned and traded. I mean, that's got awesome. That alone right there has to tell you, that what kind of company we are and that we stand behind our product.
All those first-time home buyers, think of them.
All those first-time home buyers. And then GAF. Okay, so we're at the first level. We're what you call a certified contractor for GAF. The ultimate goal is to get what's called to the Master Elite. Well, to get to the Master Elite, there's much more steps involved than just becoming a certified contractor. Okay, so what happens is you have to take a test to be a Master Elite contractor for GAF. So you have to take a book test, Okay, they give you a textbook. You have to study it. You take a test. Okay, then what they do is you got to have an A plus, a good standing with the Better Business Bureau. You got to have good credit. They actually dig through your credit. Then they call your distributors to make sure that you pay your bills on time, because that's not necessarily on my credit report. That would be on the deeds and I can't remember, the Business Credit Bureau.
They are the real deal.
But there's so many steps, but the ultimate goal is, and that's the accomplishment that I want to do, is get to that Master Elite status where we can provide what's called a gold pledge warranty for someone.
Nice.
Now, what we do offer now is lifetime warranty on workmanship.
Transferable.
And, yep, that's transferable to one time to a customer. We can
that's
offer
a real warranty.
Yeah, that's a real warranty. They send it to you, and we don't know if they're going to come out and inspect the roof or not. There's just so many things, being a part of the GAF family, hoops and bounds and leaps that you have to jump through, to become, a Master Elite contractor for GAF, and that's the goal. That's the mission that I'm on right now, and it's, that's where
awesome.
I want to be. That's where I want to take this thing, and it doesn't happen overnight. But I'm glad that it takes so much time to do something like that, because not just any contractor can become a Master Elite.
What kind of warranty is that?
Master Elite. What it does, it provides the same coverage as the lifetime warranty and the unlimited win rating. Okay, but what it is, it's more of a prestigious thing to be able to walk into somebody's home and say that I have met every single one of these criteria for GAF. I am in the GAF family. Like,
nice.
How many other contractors in York area can you say that can provide that is, that GAF stands behind?
Oh yeah, no way.
There's not many. There's only so many.
That's putting the Jordans
within a mile radius. And Tamco, we're a Tamco certified installer. If you Google Tamco shingles and on their website it says search contractor. In York County, we're the only Tamco certified installer. So that was one accomplishment that I've had. IKO, we're an IKO certified contractor. Now GAF is the North America's largest shingle manufacturer. 1 out of 3 roofs has GAF shingles installed. So that's something huge that I want to be a part of.
Sure.
For a long time I fought that. I fought the big company. I don't want to be with that. I love going against guys that are selling GAF shingles because I'll smoke them in price, but that was the wrong thinking.
Because you're an extension of that.
Yes.
It gives you a bigger web.
Yes.
And more access to that technology, that information.
Yes, the technology and the education and the training that they provide us. Brad, the territorial rep for GAF shingles, every other day throughout this whole entire pandemic, he has called me to make sure we're okay. What can I do?
Wow.
This is a new program that we're offering, for virtual in-home selling. All of this stuff, the E360 that just came out.
So what's E360?
E360, what it is I would come out to your home. You wouldn't have to come outside. I would walk around the perimeter of your home, take anywhere from 6 to 9 photos of your home, upload it into E360. It actually does it automatically. When I go into the app, I use the app, use the camera in the app. It does a takeoff of your house. It'll give me the rough opening of your windows, the size of your windows, shutter size, soffit fascia, linear foot, square footage of siding, square footage of shingles, how many pieces of drip edge, how much underlayment, the whole 9 yards. So once I get that information's for me. Then I share the 3-dimensional, it'll take a 3-dimensional picture of your house. At that point in time when I receive it, I send it over to the client, and I give them a 3-dimensional photo of their house. It's a 3-dimensional picture of their house that they can spin it, turn it upside down.
That's cool.
Well, when you get into that, then you can make your shingles any color you want. You can make your shutters any color you want, your siding, your stone, your brick. It does so much stuff. So what we've actually have used it several times. And, I tell you, I love it. It's so great when someone can't make their mind up.
Yeah.
Or they don't feel comfortable with me going into their house with my duffel bag full of samples. Yeah. Okay. And then try to get them to visualize what their house would look like Pacific blue.
Yeah.
or
I like that color.
you know, granite gray. Like they just can't visualize. Well, what's my you know, charcoal colored shingles going to look
Yeah.
like with the Pacific blue siding? Well, here you go. Here's E360. Do with it what you want. If you have any questions, give me a call.
And the installation of these products is just as important
Yeah.
as the products, right?
Absolutely, it's just
I mean,
as important.
I read an article, and I shared it with you, that talks about the life and the health of your air conditioning and heating system is dependent on your roof and the insulation you have
Right.
in there, and the air going through the
Absolutely.
ventilation.
Yeah, man.
I never heard
To
that.
get the full life expectancy of your roof, you have to have proper ventilation.
Like your air conditioner might not be working right because your roof and your ventilation is not right, and your insulation.
Yeah, yeah. It'll save you in heating and cooling cost, or it'll cost you more in heating and cooling if you don't have the proper ventilation in your roof.
So there's a lot of systems in the attic.
Yeah,
I guess from what that article said.
yeah,
Is that how they do them now, or these houses with these pitched roofs and stuff
Yep.
up there, or attics where people aren't going up into,
exactly.
and contractors go up there?
Yeah. Yeah, we go up and we do a free inspection of your attic to make sure your bathroom vent isn't blowing right up into it, your dryer vent.
And you guys have the technology to show people, so they don't have to worry. Like, that's
Yeah.
cool. If they're like, "Can you show me?"
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
be like, "Sure."
Absolutely.
You
I
can
love it.
FaceTime them right there.
Yeah, I love doing that.
Like
I love
they can Zoom with you right there.
Yeah.
They can FaceTime
Right.
with you. They can do all of those different WhatsApp app, whatever
Yeah.
they have. You can
Yeah.
grab that if you
Absolutely.
probably already have it and do a live right
Yeah.
there. You know, not with
Yeah,
just
we've done
them.
that. Yeah, we've done that.
That's
I've
cool.
had people that needed us to go into their attic and inspect. They've actually left their house while we went into their home, and I've FaceTimed them while I was in their attic,
Wow.
just so they felt safe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason they have that saying that I believe it when I
Mm-hmm.
see it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So you give them that option, and then you
Right.
give them the option on what it would look like.
Exactly.
But you guys do repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Like legitimately, if someone needs something fixed, because of your training,
Mm-hmm.
you follow the leak. You
Right.
don't just say you need this.
Right.
And sometimes you've come in. I mean, we've had shows on it where it wasn't even a leak; it was the ventilation
Exactly.
and not being proper.
Yeah.
And not having proper, like people have put fascia and they still have had flat pine boards, even though they put
Yeah.
what looked like you thought was airflow system, but
Yeah.
there was nothing
Vented
there.
soffit. Yes, it was solid wooden soffit that they covered
It
up
looked like
with vented.
It was.
vented
and then,
soffit,
You
yeah.
know, you guys follow the thing. I see these things and I'm like mind blown.
Yeah.
But and
Yeah.
roofing has changed, right? In 10 years, 20 years.
Yeah.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, there's a big time difference. The codes are different today. There's you know, as time
And people get upset about codes, but why don't you tell them what really it means to their house? Like if
codes
their
are there
roof
to
is up
protect the
code,
homeowner.
What does that mean
yeah,
now?
Yeah. The codes are there to protect the homeowner. I mean, it has nothing to do with protecting
Everyone sees
the
that old
contractor.
tarboard gets like
Yeah.
a cracker.
Yeah, right, right. Well, we used to be able to vent your dryer vent just into your soffit area. Now they have a vent that we have to attach it to, but I think most of the time they recommend you coming out through the wall with it or through the roof with it. I prefer it not to go through the roof because then you have one more penetration, which then becomes another maintenance issue. Over time, you know, a pipe collar needs to be maintained.
Now, back in the day, what's crazy is people have these houses and they see these vents, but that was old technology too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like technology is not always a computer; it's just a better way of doing something.
Right.
If you drive to work and it took you 15 minutes and
Mm-hmm.
you found a way it took you 10, that's new technology,
Exactly.
right? Like,
Yeah.
so if they see the vent, they're like, "No, I'm good."
Right.
Like, that doesn't necessarily, and
No.
people can make custom ridge vents out of shingles
Yeah.
that weren't even ridge
Yeah,
vents.
the
I
cap
didn't even
shingles.
know that.
Yes, the cap shingles. People will cut, you know, the shingles to fit.
And what's the problem? What could be a problem with that?
It's.
I mean, it's not manufactured and engineered for it, right?
No, it's not engineered
'Cause you're
for it.
laying
The
them a
glue
different
strips
way.
aren't designed. Yeah, right, exactly. The glue strips aren't designed to lay like that.
They're supposed
With
to go this
actual
way
hip
and you're
and
going-
ridge cap shingles, they have a better, you know, glue strip on it. It's
And you have
designed.
different systems. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Hmm?
That collect different things. I've seen you. I've actually when we were doing the home shows.
Yeah.
Like and you could see.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what are the different? Is that just different degrees of
Yeah, the
grades?
box vents.
Yeah.
Well, the box vents, you definitely want to be careful with, you know, if you're using it, like, okay, so they have a bathroom box vent, and they'll have ones,
Hey Daniel. Hey Gio.
they'll have ones for, you know, your dryer vent.
Yeah.
So a dryer vent's not going to be plastic because it could get warm. The other thing is, too, the flap on it, you want to make sure that it has a flap or a screen on it. Now, for a dryer vent, you're not going to want one that has a screen on it because it'll collect lint.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So a
That's not
bathroom
good.
vent can have a screen on it, but you always want one that has a flap that'll open up when either A, you turn on the bathroom vent, or B, when your dryer is turned on. So that way, when it's not in use, the flap will close. That way, birds and insects
Mice,
and
rodents, whatever,
stuff won't get in
squirrels.
there then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then a soffit vent, they actually designed what's called a soffit vent now that actually attaches to your soffit that your dryer vent or your bathroom vent can attach to. So the vents aren't hanging open the whole time because it is hung upside down.
Okay.
They have special vents on it.
Okay, they come open.
Yeah,
and
they
shut.
come open
Okay.
when you turn your bathroom or your dryer
Another
on.
example of technology.
Exactly, that has
changing.
come a long way.
And codes changing.
Yeah, within the past 5, 10, 15 years, I mean, codes are constantly evolving from, just so many homes being built. And you were talking earlier about, somebody covered up the wooden soffit and put vinyl on it. Well, when they
And that's
did that,
disappointing.
they
They
may
didn't
not
even-
have knew any better.
Right. They didn't.
That might not have been a code
Right.
back when they did that. They just thought they were never going to have to paint their wooden soffit again.
Well,
We're
the
going to
crazy
cover it up
was
with
is they
vinyl.
said that it was inspected and they just saw it. And
Oh.
I mean, who's gonna? I've never seen an inspector go up and poke one.
Well, I've seen inspectors in the attic already.
So they check to make sure they can see
Oh
that.
yeah, they'll make sure there's baffles. Absolutely. If
And
you
is
have an
your
M-
insulation pushed up all? Because people think just pour it in there, tons
yeah,
of it.
a
Give
lot
me
of people think that. No, you got to keep a space. You got to keep the insulation away from your eave.
So is there a measurement inch-wise or however you lay it? Is there a certain
It depends on what type of insulation you're using
And
to
is
get what
insulation
R.
R or U?
It's R.
And R is the rating for the insulation to keep
Yep.
the heat or cooling in the house.
Yes, it's to transfer heat through the insulation.
And is there one side up or down that's supposed to be?
Yeah, you have a vapor barrier. If you're using that type of insulation, there's blown-in insulation.
Okay.
There's different densities of blown-in insulation based upon how deep you want to make it to give it what R you're supposed to have it. I think, and I could be wrong because it's been a minute since I looked at it, but I
So
think
do you
it's
guys
like,
do the insulation if someone needs it?
yeah, we've done that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so if
absolutely.
they need
We've
it,
done
they're
blown-in
like, "Listen."
insulation. We've done the rolled pink insulation.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, nice.
yeah, absolutely.
All right. So these are a lot of things people don't realize.
Right.
Jocelyn, good to see you.
Hey,
Please
Matt
share
Hockley.
this. It's so good to see everyone. We appreciate it. Oh, I don't want to forget. Thank you for always going in on the donuts.
No
we
problem.
really appreciate it. You're one of the, we appreciate every sponsor.
My pleasure.
You guys do an amazing job, and we really appreciate it. And actually, you're coming Friday.
Yes, me and Vic.
You and Vic.
Yeah.
So thank you. We might even have a couple of my kids and their friends might come too. So,
Cool.
Yeah. So
Cool.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, man, it'll be good stuff.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
so,
we're gonna have fun.
TC Backer, and shout out to Horizon Chris Mendez and the whole team at Horizon Lawns behind the blade.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. If you want a fresh cut, I mean that's really who you should call. Horizon Lawns LLC.
Yeah.
Check them out. Like their page. Like this page. Would you please? Like, what are some ways people can be at home during Corona and support what we're doing?
Right.
They could like your page.
Yeah.
They could share this.
Yep.
Start
Share.
a watch party.
Yep.
Comment.
Yep.
That's always appreciated.
Absolutely.
Right? You can put your favorite color door. What color shingles would you like?
Yeah.
Did you know you can get black gutters? Just all kinds of cool stuff. And then you can also like Horizon Lawns LLC. They'll cut you once or they'll cut you every week
That's right.
or when you need it.
Yeah. Yeah, we
So-
do spring cleanups, fall cleanups. We do snow removal.
Brush removal.
Yeah, brush removal.
And you call
Sod.
it brush when I saw now the helicopters coming to the hospital. So
Is that what
keep
that
them
is?
in your prayers.
Yeah.
But they'll do like that house video. I got to tell you, that was amazing.
Yeah, she's still in awe, and so are the neighbors on that.
I mean, it happened in an hour.
Yeah.
That just shows the culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody knew what they were doing. They got in, they got the tools off the truck, they just started cutting trees down, and
I never can interview them because they're like, we got to go.
yeah, they're on the move, man.
Which is fine.
And to find kids that age that are so motivated like that, that's tough. That's tough to do. I mean, a lot of the kids nowadays are, if it doesn't have to do with a cell phone or Nintendo or some sort of,
Yes,
sitting in front
and-
of a computer, it's tough. There's a lot of kids that don't want to get into the trades, but, these
Let's
kids...
talk about that, the trades.
Yeah.
I always keep someone in my prayers if they're coming
Ricky
helicopter ride
Day,
here.
Corey Burns.
Ricky, yeah, shout outs.
Ricky, good to see you, buddy. He's a hard worker, man. He's a gutterman for us. He's doing a great job. Ricky came to us with no gutter experience and now is running his own gutter crew right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right there.
So right
Culture.
there, it's culture, it's career.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He got an advancement. He's doing great. He'll work 7 days a week. I mean, he's a go-getter. He's actually Jared's brother who works for Horizon.
Nice.
Yeah, so we are a family-owned and operated company.
Support local.
Everybody's family, man. I don't like to say employees. I like to say coworkers.
Amen.
Or my family.
Amen.
Because really, that's what it is. I mean, we all work for each other.
Yeah, and everyone depends on each other.
Absolutely, man.
100%.
Absolutely.
And everyone cares about. I mean, you do a lot in the community.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah.
When you don't forget your past. Colin Cross, good to see you.
Colin, good to see you, buddy.
But yes,
Colin is the one that trained Ricky Day.
Did Colin do that 190-foot gutter?
Yes, Colin and Ricky did that.
Did you? Colin and Ricky.
Yeah.
Yo,
Right.
you guys got boom.
They do.
Hulk hustle
They
muscle.
do. Colin did a great job.
Beautiful
Colin's another
job.
one. Through this
What
whole
color
entire,
is that siding? Did you guys do the siding?
Oh man, I want to say it's definitely blue. I believe it was Pacific blue.
That's the
But
blue I
but
like.
could
Is that
be
the
wrong.
new thing?
Yeah, that's the new thing.
All right.
But Colin, through this whole pandemic from day one, Colin and Chris.
How tall was that?
and
40
Bob,
feet, 50 feet?
It was about that. Has worked. This entire time, and then we hired Ricky throughout the pandemic here, and
Ricky, you're so fine.
Yeah,
you're
Ricky.
so fine.
Gio's been here the whole time.
Boom.
Gio, I actually asked him to be on tonight, but he's still working. That's why he's saying sorry I couldn't make it tonight. And Sam is Mackenzie's best friend growing up through high
Nice.
school.
Hi, Sam.
She works for us now.
Nice.
We actually, I think, have about 8 more people now than we did pre-pandemic. So I mean, you can ask any single person. Jocelyn, she's a rock star. Her and Kim,
Jocelyn.
we're here from day one
Love
of the
'em.
pandemic. There's Colin, oh snap, Ricky, my man. Yeah, man, Colin, you're my man. Thank you for all your hard work. Gio,
Awesome.
Ricky,
Love you
all you
all.
guys,
Love you,
man.
love you all.
You
Man.
guys set the standard,
You're
man.
inspiring. Seriously amazing.
Yeah, seriously.
Love the passion.
Yep.
I love the dedication to the purpose, man.
Yep, Bob. There's Bob. Good. Thanks
Bob.
for watching, man. Bob, he's been here, from the beginning of the pandemic stuff. And, and I keep saying that because, there's a lot of companies. I know that there was a couple roofing companies out there that just closed their doors. And they didn't have to. But, we stayed open. I mean, we had an obligation.
Listen, there was a waterproofing company. We were at the home show that was one of the biggest that's over.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not sure why.
And
I
we
mean,
were there
out
just
of
like
fear
a
or
couple,
what?
I
I'm
don't
not
want to say
sure.
a couple videos because it was a lot of videos,
Mhm.
but, that's crazy. I mean, big.
Right.
And so it's the culture.
Yeah, Ricky did step up quickly, Colin. He really did, man. He's a good dude. Thank you guys, for
You
sure.
all are awesome, for sure.
Who else is on here?
Amazing.
Dan Barker. Good to see you, brother. He's
And
always...
Eric, Matt, Jeff, Joey, Daniel, Kevin, Walter, Bob, Darlene, Eric, what's up? What's up, EB? Chuck, Kimberly,
Chuck in the truck.
Jana, love you. Jerry, good to see you. Brandon, love y'all, man. David, Chris Baker, man, love you, bro. Like what you do for people. Victor, good to see you, man. Love you, bro.
Yep.
Be safe out there.
Vic's a good dude, man.
I mean, Chris goes on vacation and he's got this cooler and all these beautiful things to go, lures and barbecue stuff and condiments and adult condiments, and it was just cool, man. And finances, and he was just super and what he said was, and Chris, I you're authentic, and it's the truth. He's like, listen, I always worked this hard, but I've never been this appreciated.
Yeah. I appreciate him, man.
So that
There's no doubt about it.
recognition is awesome.
Yeah.
But not fake recognition, but authentic, and that's why this culture is a habit.
Right. That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Because at the end of the day, no one's dumb.
No.
So they need a job, they'll come, but they're not going to stay.
Right.
But they stay if it's a culture,
Yeah.
and that's a habit.
I think most people stay because they're appreciated, not necessarily pay. You know what I mean? It's not always about the pay, but I feel like if they feel some sort of self-worth and a part of something, and that's the biggest thing. I know when I left me and Eric Brewer and Anthony Lehman, we did a show, and I think Anthony asked me why I left the job that I was at. And, it took me a second to think about it. I mean, I knew why I left. At least in my mind, I thought I knew. And I said because I out of a resentment. And I continued on with that. And Anthony said, it was because you didn't feel appreciated. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I never looked at it like that. You know, I think that was the
Amen.
first time that anyone has ever pointed that out to me, or where I thought, like, oh my God, like that light bulb went off, that I didn't, and he was right. I canceled doctor's appointments to run appointments. I came home early from vacations to run appointments. You know, I did all these things, and at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the year, he was right. I didn't feel appreciated. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure there's two sides to every story, because the company that I worked for, I'm sure if you ask them, I'm sure they may have saw some things wrong with me too. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, I think when you
there's,
say that, that makes me think of Nick Foles, right?
Right.
Like he was going to retire. Mm-hmm. Like this is a true story.
Right.
Right? Like this is a quarterback that everyone thought, no way. And he comes from Kansas City back to the Eagles, who had him,
Mm-hmm.
and he wins the Super Bowl because the other quarterback got hurt. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's
Right.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
When you change cultures,
Mm-hmm.
you also can change the abilities. You let people be their best.
Right.
And the culture is what magnifies you,
Right.
in or out.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know the culture and you watch the show, you know the culture, man.
Right.
Like everyone depends on you. No one got hired not to come in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And everyone's awesome, so like
Right.
you would let people down.
Mhm.
And if you can't feel that feeling, then that's not having the right culture.
Right.
And it doesn't make anyone wrong.
Mm-mm.
It just makes this not the culture.
Right.
And that's okay.
Yes.
Right? Like at the end of the day, that took me, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But that's why people go through drafts and trades and all this,
Exactly.
right? And why do they do it? It's not for the money. Like, how can you get paid millions of dollars and want to trade? Because of culture,
Right.
because of recognition.
Yeah.
And they say it.
Absolutely.
No one appreciates
and,
it.
and I, you know, I've, like I said earlier, I've been on both ends of that spectrum. I've worked for people and killed myself. You know what I mean?
And that's why you carry that heavy heart.
And I work for myself today, and it's like, so I get it when the guys come in early to try to beat the heat. Like, don't you think I'm not the first guy there? You know what I mean? But I got two guys here lately who've been actually getting there a few minutes earlier than I have, because I've set that pace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let them be there without me being there. I got my long pants on too, brother. You know what I mean? You see me
Yes.
all day long. I'll
Yeah.
wear
Oh.
long pants when I go out to
Listen,
my appointment.
there's-
I could wear shorts and put them on after they leave and go out the door, but OSHA requires us,
Corey, good to see you.
or the builder will require us to wear long pants for safety purposes. So my guys are
Oh, I didn't know.
obligated to
Okay.
wear long pants and safety shoes and hard hats and you know, all kinds of stuff, you know, PPE that is, it's hot.
Yeah.
You know, so the guys have been coming in early, and I'm not sleeping into 8 o'clock and walking in with my bag,
No.
my big bag of goodies, because I had
No.
time to stop at the convenience
When I get
store.
up at
And,
8, you've already got 4 hours in.
yeah, dude, I already got, by noon, I already have 6 hours in.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
And I know.
And
100%.
it's
But that's
tiring, but I love
respect.
what I do, and I love the people that I work with.
Yeah.
You know, we do this for each other today.
Yes, for each other, right there. There's a piece for everyone that contributes, right? If you're consistent, and that's what's great. And you guys are consistent. When I met you, I mean, you know, the beautiful thing about social media is you
Mm-hmm.
can share these videos, you can invite your friends, you can start a watch party. But this is social commerce.
Right.
This is a mall moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
A home show moving. Somebody is looking for a roof, gutters, siding, windows. What if every company, which I've been saying for 6 years or 5 years, is on social commerce and you get to meet them?
Right.
And then now you got the choice to meet the culture,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a million people that do what all of us do.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, what makes us different is how we do it and who we do it with.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you know, and the people that do it more often just are at the top of a profession because they see more circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they can make decisions quicker. You're a great decision maker.
Mm-hmm.
You make quick decisions because of experience, not
Right.
because you went to school and they said, bro, we're going to teach you how to make decisions.
No.
I'm just saying,
Right.
you make them because you've been through so many
Right.
and made so many wrong decisions, but made them right,
Yes.
like we all do.
Yes.
Right? Like I never tried to get it wrong. I never went to school,
Yeah.
but I go to school. School schools me every day.
Exactly.
But it's you have the heart and the culture has your back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's important when you come for the culture that you have everyone's back. They're
Yeah, man.
dependent on you.
Exactly. Hey, George, what's up, buddy? Thanks for
George.
joining us tonight.
Good to see you,
Colin,
man.
I feel the same way, man. I'm beyond grateful to have you, man. And Corey Burns, thank you, man. Much respect for you,
Cisco.
too. I know you're out there hustling, too, brother. Keep up the good work. Yeah, so George is a home builder. We just did a roof for George. George is a good guy. He's actually gonna
George is awesome.
stop by the house and take a look at a couple of things for us. Steve Mung's an old friend from over in Waynesboro, man. Good to see you, buddy. Share this to your friends, like our page, follow us, all that good stuff.
George, you coming on
Christy.
the show with TC Backer sometime?
Yeah, George, when you coming on the show?
You'd be great on camera. What a great
He would
guy,
be.
great experience. It'd be great to
I
have
should have
you
thought
on.
about bringing him, Chuck.
Would you come
You're a
on,
good
George?
man.
Let Ty know. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
We met him in the home shows.
We did.
Great guy.
We did.
Can we talk for a second and shout out or say whatever you got to people?
Okay.
But how important, and you're a big part of educating people to come into the trades.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
a deficit right now,
Yeah,
a big one.
right.
And it's a serious matter because these houses that people are in, talk about quarantine and everything. How important is your home when you're spending all the time in it? You might be using
Yeah.
spaces you weren't using, and you found leaks
Right.
you didn't know, mold you didn't see,
Right.
and you now need to utilize that space. So can we talk about how much we need people in the trades?
We need people in the trades, man, for multiple things, not just roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. We need plumbers, we need electricians, we need carpenters, we need welders.
We heard teachers say this, though,
Yeah,
right?
we heard teachers say this. I mean, the schools started to push, education. You got to go to, get a 4 or 6 or 8 year degree, or you're going to be nothing. Basically, is what the teachers were pushing there for a little bit. They took IA, industrial arts, out of schools, which is what I took. I
Wood
took
shop,
Yep,
machine
I took
shop.
that when I was in school. I went to VOTEC my senior year. I went to VOTEC. It was like, I guess I don't remember so much our teachers hounding us to do that, but our generation's a little bit. You're welcome, Vic. Thanks, brother.
Love you, Victory Security
Yep.
Solutions.
But we'll talk soon, brother. You know that we'll hang out on Friday. If I don't talk to you tomorrow, I'm sure we'll text, but we'll talk Friday some more. We really need to let people know that there is careers, and to be able to make a decent living and be able to raise a family and to be able to put your kids through school by working in the trades. You know what I mean? If I
And drive nice trucks. I mean, I
Right.
go in your parking lot and I'm like,
right.
wow.
Yeah, I mean that makes my
Platinum.
heart happy. You know what I mean? The guys, Keith's riding a Harley Davidson, Chuck's riding a Harley Davidson, Tyler's riding a Harley Davidson. I seen Cody ride a bike, and Colin, they're both riding. Like all the guys got bikes, man. They got their own little
Chris
clique
has
outside
a-
of work.
Chris
and
has a nice
Chris and Chuck are setting up
6x6 or whatever
Right.
that thing is.
Chris and Chuck are setting up a bowling night. I was thinking about starting like a breakfast thing in the morning where I got the grill fired up doing eggs and bacon
Nice, yeah,
on the
I'll come to
griddle and
that.
stuff for the guys.
Nice.
I was thinking about a lunch or something like that, but it would be too hard, to get the guys back, especially the
Yeah,
guys that are in,
breakfast.
had to run down to Northern Virginia or whatever that
You
day.
get one of those Blackstones?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And hooking it up, and I know they would enjoy that and appreciate that. And every Friday we do coffee and donuts.
Yes.
Keith runs the Dunkin' Donuts and gets us,
Keith.
a couple boxes of Joe's and I don't know how many boxes of donuts, but but the guys appreciate that and they look forward to that. They know if they're running late that morning and they forgot to stop at Rutter's or they didn't have time to make coffee at their house, they know every Friday
And
morning,
that's important,
come
man.
hell or high water, man, that
It's
there's going to be
appreciated, recognition.
yeah, man, there's going to
We
be hot
appreciate
coffee
it.
there for them,
Yeah.
and the girls in the office, man, they got, they got their thing going on in there. They're banging on all 8 cylinders
Coffee
right now.
Friday.
Sam has been a great addition to the company.
Sam.
Jocelyn stepped up when we needed her to step up, and of course Kim has always been
Christy,
there.
I love you. What a
you
great
know,
culture. Great team.
Right, you know what I mean? It's just I can't express my gratitude enough. When I posted that picture of those buildings Jeff Finch and those guys are building out there,
Beautiful.
when I meant was the appreciation that my gratitude is my guys that just took it upon themselves to come up with the idea. I didn't have to go out there and orchestrate this whole, you guys are going to have to hang the gutter this way. Colin and Ricky and those guys were out there. Dude, Colin said he was excited. He's like, this is the longest piece of gutter. And Colin's been hanging gutter for a long time.
6 inch, 190 feet.
Yeah, 4 stories out of the ground.
And then knowing where to put the downspouts.
3 stories, 3.5 stories out of the ground. You know what I mean? I mean, that's insane.
Had to be
Our
windy on the
40-foot
river.
ladders wouldn't even reach.
Had to be windy. It's right off the river.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think that was too bad, but it was hot. Dude, it's been brutal out, and the guys are still getting in, you know, their hours, and they're showing up earlier, and still working as late as they were getting into the shop earlier now than they were before. And man, I can't express my gratitude enough. I'm not even going to sit here and try to list everybody in case I forget somebody's name. I don't want anybody to feel any kind of way, but know this: I am internally grateful for everything that everybody does. I couldn't do this without you guys, and I hope you feel the same way about me. And you know, things are only going to get better. An old friend of mine a long time ago said that it can only get gooder and gooder. And you know, and it's only getting gooder and gooder. You know, and it really is. You know, I'm looking forward to the future. Our sales are up. We're beyond what we did last year, even with the pandemic. I can't express my gratitude enough for that. To be able to say that we sold more shingles this year, you know, more than we did last year at this time, especially through a pandemic. You know, I want to think that we played a role in helping keep our distributor open with our siding orders and our shingle
you guys help
deliveries
keep the donut shop open. How much they appreciate it.
Right.
That sounds funny business, but it's
know?
serious business. And that's just another thing about your culture, the vendors you use, the people you go to do business, eat at, shop at. You're all about local. Right. And that goes downhill. Everyone's all about local.
Yeah, man.
Right? Because the culture.
We have to, man. We have to be concerned about the locals right now. You know what I mean? We have to take care of each other, you know, and I can't express my gratitude enough for Eric Brewer and Rob Neidlinger and Jeff Finch and those guys like that. You know, they kept going gangbusters this entire time through the whole pandemic, and you know, that gave me motivation to keep the doors open. You know, we got ourselves into some sticky situations a little bit. I won't get into detail with this whole thing where, you know, where there was such a gray area of like what was the, you know, sustaining the you know, making a building watertight. You know, there was a gray area. Nothing was explained to us. Like, can we put a roof on? Can't we put a roof on?
David, you're awesome.
Can we put windows in? Can't we put windows in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we did it. You know, we figured.
And through your training and education and culture.
Right. You know, and we had the paperwork that we needed from Tom Wolf, I guess, and you know, that was good enough. You know, because nobody knew what to do. But you know, the one thing that we did know what to do, we knew not to run and hide from this thing. We faced it dead on. We kept the doors open. We kept as many guys as we possibly could working. We gave them as many hours as we possibly could. The health insurances weren't dropped. The cell phones weren't turned off. You know, we kept going gangbusters.
And a lot of companies have went, you know, it's a very tough situation, you know, and that shows, you know, there's no judgment, however and why ever, but to be able to sustain it just shows the passion and the will of being able to keep a culture going, you know, and understanding it's more than just you. Right. And so that's the beautiful part. And that's important for community to have that, to have companies like TC Backer. So when you share it, invite friends. You don't know if someone's looking for a career or if someone's looking for a window or a door or some gutters or some maintenance on their property through Horizon Lawns LLC, Chris and the Nine House and the rest of the people at Horizon. So when you share and invite, it allows people, because people are on their phone. I mean, people call it social media, social commerce, you call it what you want, but I can tell you they're not at the mall. You know, and I heard that the mall filed for bankruptcy. I don't know if that's true. The Yorktown, whatever, Town Center, and the other one, because people can't go to these places. But you can go to your phone. At the end of the day, support is important. Right. You know, there's restaurants that need your support. There's coffee shops, donut shops, hair salons. You know, gas stations, little mom and pop like Carol Mart at the end of the thing. Who ever heard of that name, Carol Mart? But my neighbor has it. It's a gas station right at the bottom here, right? Oh, yeah. So, you know, that's a small store. You wouldn't see the name unless you knew that Carol Mart is my neighbor. Right. Right? Yeah. And an immigrant, you know, that worked hard to come over to this country and build an amazing business and employ a lot of people in York. Yeah. You know, and stays open now till 11 o'clock. Right. You know, opened his business later. So, You know, and you guys keeping your door open. You know, people can't depend on the government to take care of them,
No.
right? So even if they got that money, that's not going to last. That's not good.
Right.
That mindset of being lazy is not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
And how often do people work to get to where they are, to have an opportunity where they have all these benefits
Right.
and to have recognition?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's important.
It is.
All the giving you guys do
Yeah.
for the different services, whether it's Crispus Addicts or Life Path or
Yep.
or you know, the Trey and Boo, or
Yeah, the transitional
or
living
the flag football,
foundation. Yeah.
or the living transitional living.
Yeah.
You know, those things are
Right.
important. And you know, I just read an article about non-for-profits being in a big pickle right now, from fire stations to you know, whatever your non-for-profit is,
Yeah.
because they can't have these events.
Right.
So we need to help each other by sharing, by inviting, and being a part of cultures that you say, I feel like this is a winner.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely,
So-
man. You know, we love what we do, and I know the guys that I work with and work around, they love what they do, and they love it when we get involved with something. When we built those
Oh.
gazebos, you know, to be raffled off or auctioned off, man.
That was crazy.
Dude, that was great. Everybody loved it. When we did that up there at Crispus Addicts, you know, Colin didn't even know we were there, what we were doing there, until I went live on Facebook. And as soon as I got off Facebook, he came over. He's like, dude, I didn't know we were doing this for free. He's like, that you were donating our time and materials to this. He's like, I don't want paid for today. That was the first thing that Colin said to me.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And that was a big piece of gutter up there, too, man. That wasn't
Yes.
a small piece.
No.
Right?
I
And
know.
they didn't even expect that they were getting gutters,
No,
but I
I
couldn't
know.
just put a roof on this place without having proper gutter
Amen.
and water coming off the roof, going where it needed to go to get away
Yes.
from the building so the building can last another 100 years.
And how old? We live in old cities, right?
Yeah, man.
So these buildings are old. You see a lot of old buildings, right? Like that old Hershey building. That was history, 1922.
Yeah, man.
To be a part of that and know
Right.
that you all were craftsmen in your generation in this time,
Mm-hmm.
that you had a part of keeping that up.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Right.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then to get a tour of the building,
Yeah.
I probably took your time. I'm like, can we have a tour?
Yeah.
But how cool was that?
No, that was cool. And what he does,
Yes.
GJ, what he does in there,
Tony.
you know,
Amazing.
especially during times like now, bringing the homeless in every evening, you know, and the work that goes into it during the day. They break down all the beds, you know, the sanitation things that they got to go through, and you know, to keep
Yes.
up on it. It was amazing. It was amazing on how clean they kept that building,
I was amazed.
dude. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
And
and
they
you,
turn it over every 24 hours.
yeah, man, that's crazy.
Hive a lot of people.
He said it was a mess when he first took over.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. He
But
said
they
it was a
cared
mess.
enough to get the right people to come in. That job was tricky.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
it
there was
was.
a lot involved. There was a lot. I mean, for me, looking on the outside, watching
Right.
all the different components to that roof, what had
Yeah.
to be done,
Well,
and how it
think
had to
about
be
how
done
high it
on a
was.
street that no
Right.
one wanted shut down.
Yeah, man. Right. We had to bag the
And
meters.
it was hot.
Block off the sidewalks. We had a 80-foot lift in there, 60-foot lift. We had our equipter in there.
I felt bad. I knocked over Brandon's soda that day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a hot day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had the equipter. You had that big green thing. What was that machine?
That was the lift, the Pettibone or
And-
all-terrain forklift, and
Any
then Jeff
vendors
Inch
you want to
provided
shout
us.
out today?
What's that?
Any vendors you want to shout out today?
Um,
How's Jim? Jim, good to see you.
Jim
Jim's
Hankey.
always great.
Oh, Jessica Green. She's a girl from Waynesboro that I went to school with. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Like our
Corey.
page, follow us, share this out to your friends.
Jessica,
Yeah, Jessica, thank you for
thank you.
watching us tonight. Corey Burns, he's a good dude.
So what area are you guys in? So if people are saying, hey, I'd like to work there, or hey, you know,
Like
I'd
what
to get
areas are
some
we
work
working
done.
in?
Yeah.
Okay, well, our office is in Dover, PA. We do work in York, Hanover, Harrisburg, you know, Camp Hill. We do, you know, a good 50 to 100 mile radius around, you know, York, Pennsylvania, and then we get down into Maryland, all over Maryland. There's probably not a county in Maryland we don't do work in. We do work in all 4 counties in Delaware. We work in Northern Virginia. So you know, if you're looking for, if you have experience with roofing, siding, and you know, you're handy or good mechanic, We are looking for service techs. And what a service tech entails is, basically when we go through and put the roof on new construction, the mechanicals come through. They're not allowed to go in the building until the building is watertight. So at that point in time, as soon as we finish the roof, the plumbers and HVAC guys are coming through and they're poking holes through the roof with their vent pipes and all kinds of stuff, box vents. And so then we have to send guys back in to, repair the mistakes that the plumbers may have made, or, put pipe flashings on, install box vents. We have guys that just install box vents and roof boots all day long. So that would be a part of like the roofing service tech. We have siding service techs that go back in and install shutters after the masons come through. Same thing with the mechanicals, when they start poking wires out through the siding and stuff like that, and plumbing and stuff, we got to go back and repair siding. When we get windstorms in the wintertime, we may put a roof on in February. The following day, we get 60-mile-an-hour winds.
That's Hershey, so they're going this way to go up to Hershey.
Oh yeah, cool.
So they got to circle around. Cool. And unless they drop someone off and they get busy, then they circle around.
So that's what service techs, and then we have guttermen. We're looking for guttermen.
And what skill set would you have? I mean, because not anybody can work with metal and figure it out. Do you have to read blueprints? Do you have to be able to know measurements, a tape measure, bend metal? I mean, I'm just asking.
Well, for gutters haven't been
changed.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to know how to read blueprints to install gutters. Now, I actually gave the guys a set of blueprints today to install gutters because the downspouts had to be placed strategically. Yes, exactly, where the drains were going into the ground. Now, that's not too hard to read. We're not asking anyone, anyone who's installing gutters or doing roofing or something.
Measure?
Yes, you got to know how to measure.
And then use a brake.
And gutters are like a good entry level into construction. If you're looking to get into the trades, but you have zero experience.
Yes.
You just graduated high school, but you want to get into construction. Gutters is probably a good entry level, position because.
Do you need a license?
Yes, to work for us. Yes,
okay.
you need a driver's license, a valid driver's license.
You can't be afraid of heights, right?
Yes, that's a big plus. If you're not afraid of heights.
Okay.
Yes, because some of these buildings that we're dealing with down in Northern Virginia and Maryland area are 4 to 5 stories tall. You got to use a lift to get up there, or they have what's called a back, like a deck off the back, where you can go up through all 4 or 5 flights, take a small ladder with you, get on the deck, and be able to get up on the roof. But then you gotta be able to follow direction as well too. We're real big on safety. You gotta have a harness, you gotta wear your hard hat, safety glasses. If you can follow directions and you're not afraid of heights, TC Backer might be a good fit for you.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
And so they can go to 3-2. Now you can feel the mosquitoes are coming, right?
Yeah, my legs got tore up.
Oh, yeah, right. So, anyway, we appreciate everybody. Chris Baker, man, it's good to see you.
Yeah, brother.
Miss you always. I'm glad you're having fun. Chuck in the truck. You want to shout some people out here towards the end? We're coming to the end.
Yeah. Tim Hawkinsmith, an old friend of mine. Thanks for watching us tonight.
Hey, Tim. Good to see you.
Who else is on here? David, Jana, still on here. Vic, Rigo. Good to see you, brother. Rigo used to work for me on the landscaping side of things.
Nice.
Yeah, really don't see anyone that I didn't shout out to. Steve Mung, he's still on there, I believe.
Hunter Mills, good to see you. Ann, good to see
Christy,
you.
good to see you. Thanks for watching, like always.
Appreciate all y'all. Really.
Yeah, man.
You just never know. And these are fundamentals. When I looked up tonight talking about if we could just recap the importance of a roof, knowing what you have. Like, people know what kind of motor they got in their car. I mean, I'm not joking around. It sounds funny. They know what kind of dishwasher they got. They know what kind of washing machine they got. They get the best, right? Like, seriously, the stereos they get, the TVs they get, the computers they get, the phones they get, right? And then it comes to the roof. Listen, for what you paid for your phone, you can have if you have an insurance claim, right? Where a lot of people do, they don't even realize because they've never had it. That's their deductible, and we're talking about protection of your home. What are you protecting? It's not the protection of your home; it's the protection of you from the elements. Which is why settlers. I mean, you're not living in a tent, so you don't want that experience, right? Like seriously, moisture is a major issue. We're in a climate where we have 4 seasons. That's difference of how siding and stuff, and a little leak. To get an inspection from a reputable company that's on social media every week is a no-brainer. Get 3 estimates; they tell you. But don't wait and hesitate. You're protecting your family, your biggest investment. Even if it's not your biggest investment, it's a big investment.
Yes.
And so have a free consultation. Have them out. They can do it whichever way you're comfortable doing it, but it takes a phone call, it takes an email, it takes a message on Facebook, and say, I'd like to have an evaluation of my roof, right? Why wait until you're going to sell it? But even if you're going to sell it, when you're going to buy someone's house, you're not going to go look at the house that has a shabby roof and say, but they've taken care of everything else. I mean, really?
Yeah.
I remember my neighbor would always say, clean cars sell. So I don't care what people tell me, the car's got to be clean.
Exactly.
No one buys dirty cars.
No.
Right? Or they're not the top cars to sell.
Right.
Right? And it's so no different than your roof at the end of the day. But what does it do? It does more than just protects you from looking good, curb appeal, and selling your house. It protects you from the elements. Right?
Yep.
And then there's got to be a barrier, vapor barrier of breathing of the lungs of the house.
Absolutely.
And that's called ventilation.
Yes.
Right? So there's components to that. There's the roof, there's the sheathing, there's the protection,
the underlayment.
Yep. Then there's the soffit,
Yeah.
the gutters,
Right.
the insulation,
Right.
And then does it have the proper amount of all those things?
Right.
There you
Right.
go.
Does it have the correct drip edge in the correct areas? Is the flashing installed correct? Is there flashing even installed?
Chimneys have got to be one of the hardest things.
Do you have starter strips, installed, not just at the eave, but up the rakes? That's what gives you your unlimited wind rating. You know what I mean? Not just the underlayment, not just the rolled ridge vent, not just the cap shingles, but the starters. The starters that go the whole way around your house. No, they're not cut out of shingles like some guys do. They'll cut a shingle, they'll spin it around. Well, the glue strip don't match right. GAF designs several different types of starters. You know what I mean? That has the glue strip exactly where it's supposed to be. So it's glue strip to glue strip. The glue strip from the shingle.
Process, culture.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? It's done right. It's done right the first time for a lifetime.
Guys, gals, share this out. Check them out. Like their page.
Yeah.
Follow their page. And shout out to Horizon Lawns LLC. Don't forget little brother. Please.
Not as sexy as you are, Chris.
So we appreciate it. Like Horizon Lawns LLC. We appreciate and love you. If you have any comments about the show, any feedback of the show, if it's negative, obviously we're not going to deal with it. But if you have something you want to say, like you want us to talk about a subject, you want to ask about something, if there's a segment you want us to bring up, we're more than happy to do that. If you want to learn some of the tools of the trade, we can teach you the tools of the trade. Just whatever it is to make sure that you're getting high value, you're getting entertained, inspired, but you're also getting your everyday contractor that's here for you. Look, imagine if Bob Vila had this opportunity to come on and interact and say this old house, right? So TC Backer has that ability. Ty, the team, everyone does. This is the modern day, this new house. And it's with TC Backer, and it's behind the tool belt. We love you, and we appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thanks you guys for tuning in. Like our page, follow our page, and thank you for checking in every weekend on us. Thank you. Or every week. Thank you.
Chris, why weren't you at the pool, man? You're welcome, bro. You know how many people said they see to the T now all the time out there?
Yeah.
From the show, so that was nice of you having him on here.
Yeah.
Chris, you do an amazing job. Thank
you
for
does.
what you do in the community.
He does great work. He did these shirts right here, Chris to the T. He did your Horizon shirt. Where's your gator? You didn't show anybody your gator.
What?
Your gator. Your mask.
Oh, let me show it to him. Cool,
Yeah.
it's not over.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
so
Chris
this
Markey
thing's
does
getting
these.
pretty- this thing's been worn.
Yeah, Chris, we need more visors, man.
So, but I run in these things, so they get, if anyone's an athlete, it's the saling's different.
Right.
So, we'll put,
Chris
first
did the
we'll put
visors
this-
for us. He actually did them for us several years ago. But his most recent masterpiece are these gators, which we're waiting on some to come in this color. He got these banged out for me real quick to hold us over. But check that out.
How's that?
That's awesome, man. There you go.
Horizon.
TC Backer.
TC Backer. What? Come
Safety
on,
first.
everyday contractors.
That's right.
Safety first.
Yep.
Boom. Donut second.
Donut second. Safety first, donut
So you're
second.
gonna be filming on the donuts.
Yeah, man. I'll be
coming?
filming. Yep, I'll be rolling the camera.
If you want to go in on the donuts, message me. We shout out your company.
Yeah, man.
So we love you,
Safety first.
appreciate you. Look, have
Thank you.
fun,
Love you
live
too,
life, burn the flame, empty the tank, and give as much as you can to
That's
someone
right.
else.
Give it hell, man.
Love y'all.
Love you
We
guys.
really do love you and appreciate
Yep.
you.
Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.
God bless you.